Welcome back, Motorheads. Today we're taking Misfit Mobile out to the very first car show of the season at the Miller's Car Show and Swap Meet in Chillicothe, Ohio at the Ross County Fairgrounds. Well, to the right, of course, you see the Misfit Mobile, but here is the Misfit C10. Just got a fresh LS swap put in just a few weeks back. I know some of y'all probably seen this truck if you come out to a couple other events over last season. This truck here was out there with a Misfit Mobile. Don't worry, there'll be more information about this truck coming in later videos. This here is just a nasty little cool pickup truck, little ground pounder. This guy fell in behind us just south of Columbus and followed us down into the show. And I'm telling you, this thing is just super clean, super cool. Just a sweet little truck all the way around. I want to take some time and thank each and every one of you great fans that showed up. You guys are awesome. You guys came out and braved the cold, hung out with us, froze your butts off, all in the name of hot rodding. And I tell you, there's nothing better than that. And I tell you, it was just one great feeling to meet each and every one of you guys that came up. And some of you guys came from very far away. And we are definitely very grateful for you guys coming to hang out. And I hope you guys will come out and see us at the next event that we go to. We'll do our best to try to get the word out a little sooner next time. That way you guys have more time to plan to show up. Because we'd love to have a lot more of you. And we'd like to have a hell of a lot bigger party. We've got some really nice little GTO here. And this one here, boys and girls, is actually a true survivor. So kudos to the caretaker of this car here for not blowing it apart, keeping it all original paint, original interior, original engine. I love the fact that he went ahead and tried to bring that shine back of the original paint job. Ain't worried about fixing the dents, just leaving it in its raw condition. You know, that's pretty awesome. And this car, like I said, it is definitely a great looking car for being a survivor. You know, it's definitely had a little bit harder life, but the car is still in pretty damn good shape. Definitely curious to know what your guys' thoughts are here on this old GTO. Would you guys leave it in its survivor condition, or would you actually blow it apart and totally restore it, every nut and bolt? Me personally, I believe I would leave it alone and keep it as a survivor. But make sure you guys leave it down in the comments. Now this here is a beautiful 59 GMC. I love this truck. I love the color of this truck. I wish I could have got a little bit more video of this truck here, the interior of it, but it was a little chilly outside and the owners, they decided to take refuge inside the cab, and I didn't want to invade on them by sticking a camera in their face. You know, I don't think they would have minded, but you know, it's a little rude sometimes. Hey, excuse me, roll down the window. I don't care if it's cold out here. Guys, stick my camera in there. But no, seriously guys, this was just a very beautiful truck, absolutely gorgeous in person. The video does not do this truck justice at all. Absolutely a great looking old GMC, and I would love to have this GMC, but I can only imagine the price tag he'd want on this one here. What's your guys' thoughts on this old GMC? Be sure to leave it down in the comments. Now, I know these old Volkswagens here are not everybody's cup of tea, but this guy here, he restored this car, him and his father, and they did a great job on this car. I mean, it's absolutely beautifully done. You know, it's not over the top. It's back to what it would look like brand new, and like I said, they've done an excellent job on this car. It's just a very neat looking Volkswagen. I dig the color on it too. I mean, it's a nice color on this car. It all came together well. But what's your guys' thoughts on these old Volkswagens? You either love them or you hate them. Which one are you? Are you a lover of the Volkswagen or are you a hater of the Volkswagen? Leave it down in the comments. Now this here was a very cool old Jeep. Now I'm not usually a big fan of when people rhino line the outside of their vehicle. I don't really care for it, but it actually worked well on this old Jeep right here. And I definitely dig a lot of things the man done on this one here. And this is probably one of the cleanest old Jeep trucks I've seen for quite a while. Now I definitely dig the bed rails they done on this thing here out of the chain. You know, it's things like this, thinking outside the box, that makes things look good. And I think it really added to this old truck. I love the way he did it. Yeah, I know people have done the chain thing before. People have done it on motorcycle frames and all kind of other things. But honestly, I think it just really made this truck a little over the top and gave it just a little bit more character. But what do you guys think of these old Jeep trucks, and what do you think of this one here in particular? Leave it down in the comments. Now this here is a very cool little Chevy. I love this thing. Even being patina, I know a lot of you guys don't like the patina look. It's lazy, you're too lazy to fix the body and paint it. But, you know, sometimes some vehicles just look right when they've been left kind of roached out. It just kind of works for them in some ways. I like shiny paint too, and I like when people actually spend the time and do great body work. But sometimes this here just works. And honestly, I think it just works on this particular truck. I dig it. It come together nice. I'm not such a big fan of the wheels they put on here, but they go well with the truck. But I'm definitely curious what you guys think about this truck here. Would you guys have left it this way with the patina, or would you have actually spent some time and actually done a real paint job on this truck? Or do you think the man here who owns this truck should have done a real paint job on it? Like I said, me personally, I kind of dig the way this one is. I think it just looks right this way. But definitely curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. Make sure you leave it down in the comments. Now we got some pretty little red Chevrolet Chevelle here, the ragtop variety, little drop top. Overall, this car is actually pretty sharp. Now I don't usually like red, but it actually works on this old Chevelle here. That's my personal thoughts on it. Overall, it's a pretty clean car, nice car, you know. But personally, I actually like the hardtop better in these old Chevelles than the convertible. I just love the rear roof line on this model Chevelle, and I think, you know, the ragtop just doesn't hit me right that way. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like these in the hardtop or the convertible? We got another pretty cool old Chevrolet here. This here's the four-door hardtop, you know, which is kind of hard to find anymore. They're in good condition. Everybody uses them as parts cars. This one here is very clean. I like it. Even though it is a four-door, you know, I'm not always the biggest guy on the four-door, says the guy that's driving a damn wagon to the car show today. But overall, I think this is a very good-looking car. And I think somebody should be proud to own this one here. I mean, this is very clean, and I didn't get a whole lot of information about that. I couldn't find the guy that owned it. And for you guys that are looking for project cars, maybe you should start looking at things like this, especially got a family. This right here would make a great family cruiser for cruise nights, car shows, great family events, you know. Here we got some great looking Ford, and like I said, this is probably one of my favorite body styles Ford ever produced. And even though I'm not a fan of red, this one here is definitely not looking too damn terrible in red. I mean, it's a lot of red going on here, but it works on this car. But, you know, so many other colors work on this car. Yellow, black. I mean, any other colors look good on this car. I mean, like I said, it's just one of the best looking cars Ford ever produced, in my personal opinion. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that, and I'm a Chevy guy. Ford just nailed it. They just knocked it out of the park with this body style. This is very cool. What do you guys think of this old Ford here? Make sure you leave it down in the comments. Do you like it in red, or would you rather have it in another color? Now this here is a very cool old Chevrolet carry-all. Yeah, a lot of guys, it's a Suburban. No, technically it's a carry-all back in these days. Now I know a lot of guys don't like the airbag systems. Me, myself, I could kind of take them or leave them. But I'm definitely digging this guy's side emblem here. It just works. And, you know, kind of my sense of humor. I like things like that. Anyway, but even though it's on air ride, I think they look cool when they're laid frame, when you're at a car show and stuff like that. If it's done right, air ride's not too awful bad. I mean, you're definitely not going to get a real smooth ride out of air ride, but The problem is, when people don't do them right, then you really got, basically unalive you machine, because it doesn't track right and everything else, and you're probably going to lose control of it and mash it. So if you're going to do airbags, what I'm trying to say is do it right. This one here, I didn't really get a chance to see all his system, of course, because it's laying on the ground. I couldn't look under there and see what was done. But overall, it's still a very cool little truck. But what do you guys think of this old Chevrolet here? Make sure you leave it down in the comments. And also, let me know how you weigh in on air ride. Do you like air ride or no? Now this right here is a very cool old hearse if you're into those kind of things here. And this one here, this particular hearse, that has the nice little flame wrap job on it. And the owner, who went out of their way to make the nice little prop in the back that you're going to see right here, is also a fan of the Motorhead Misfit channel, who came over and said hello. And she's going to tell you a little bit about her vehicle here when we get around to the front. And she even made all these props here to go to the back of her hearse. How cool is that? She definitely fits into the Motorhead Misfit family, rocking the old hearse right here. Now, me personally, I can't get on board with owning a hearse because, I've got way more years behind me than I have in front of me. And I just ain't ready to take that premature ride in one of these things, no matter how cool it is. I'm just saying I like to wait a little bit longer for my ride in one of these things. I don't need to speed things up is what I'm trying to say.
Beth Hupp.
Okay, tell me about your car.
95 Cadillac hearse. It was made in Lima, Ohio. It's a front half of a Fleetwood, and the back half is a hearse.
Thanks again, Beth, for coming and hanging out with us and showing us your ride. Now, if you dig big lifted four-wheel drive vans, this one here might be right up your alley. This one here is built by Peace and Grease on YouTube. Go check it out if you want to see the full build on this thing here. We just want to thank you guys again for coming out, braving the cold to hang out with the Motorhead Misfits. And we wanted to also thank you guys at home for tuning in and watching our videos and helping our channel grow. We are truly honored to have you guys as part of the Motorhead Misfit family. And we look forward to spending more time with you guys in person, hanging out at car shows, having a good damn time, and also interacting with you guys online. Thanks again, guys. We love you.